Hello, my name is Joshua Calloway and I'm Technical Project Manager for QuickLearn. QuickLearn is the world leader in .NET, SharePoint, and BizTalk server training and consulting. Our instructors have taught more developers and administrators how to successfully build and manage BizTalk enterprise solutions than any other company in the world. We offer public and private training and mentoring solutions worldwide. For more information about our courses and to view additional tutorials, please visit quicklearn.com.
In this demonstration, you will see how to consume an HTTP-based WCF service. As you can see, we already have the Lonesome Pine Service Host solution open in Microsoft Visual Studio. This solution includes a test loan processing service that will randomly choose a number between 400 and 700, which represents a customer's credit score. If the number is 550 or higher, the service approves the loan application. But if the number is below 550, the service denies the loan. So let's go ahead and start debugging of the Lonesome Pine solution to get the service up and running. Here we can see the test client opens, and this is the client used to submit a request for a credit score. Also, the service directory opens in Internet Explorer. For this demonstration, we're specifically interested in the loan processing service, so we'll go ahead and click the service. And here we have the service details. We're going to go ahead and copy the endpoint address for the service to the clipboard so that we can use it a little bit later. Once we've retrieved the service information we need, we can go ahead and minimize these windows, but we don't want to close the service because it must be running in order for us to consume it. You'll notice we also have our AdventureWorks BizTalk solution open in a second instance of Visual Studio. We'll use the processes project of this solution to consume the loan processing service. Let's take a look at how we go about doing that. We'll start by right-clicking the processes project, and then point to Add, and then click Add Generated Items. In this case, we're going to consume a WCF service, and this opens the BizTalk WCF service consuming wizard. Now, we've already collected the service endpoint for the loan processing service, and remember that we left the service running, so we'll select the MEX address option here. Notice that we also have the option, though, of getting the required metadata from a combination of the service WSDL and schemas. We'll specify the metadata endpoint by pasting the endpoint address for the loan processing service, and then we'll click Get to retrieve the service information. Next, we'll specify a namespace for the generated items. In this case, we'll just accept the default namespace, and then we'll click Import to start the generation process. Now, if you watch over here in Solution Explorer, you can see the files being generated and added to the processes project. Once the generation is finished, we'll just go ahead and close the wizard and then take a look at the artifacts that were created. The wizard created two binding info files that represent the port configurations. It also created three schema files that represent the messages to interact with the service. And finally, it created the loan processing orchestration that will be used to actually consume the service. So let's open the orchestration and take a look at it. The great thing about the WCF service consuming wizard is that it automatically creates the types you'll need for your orchestration. As you can see here, the wizard doesn't create the actual ports, messages, or variables, but it does create these port types and multi-part message types based on the metadata for the service. Here we can see the loan processing service port type. It has a single operation of is approved, and it contains the required messages. If we take a look at the multi-part message types, we'll see the actual message types for the isApproved operation. And when we examine the parameters message part for one of the message types, we can take a look at the type property and see the schema that is used. Now, if we go back to Solution Explorer and take a look at that actual schema, we can see it has multiple root nodes, and the message part is based on the isApproved node. From here, our orchestration development process is just BizTalk as usual. Now that we've taken a look at the types, we're ready to define our message process. Let's assume for a moment that we've already added some processing to this orchestration. Now we'll go ahead and add a send shape so that we can send the message to the loan processing service. And of course, we'll need a receive shape so we can get the response back. Next, we'll define the orchestration messages, so let's add a message named Message Service Request. And we'll make this of the input message type. And then, of course, we'll need our service response of the output type. Then we go ahead and assign these messages to the send and receive shapes. Now to get the messages out of the orchestration and back end, we're going to go ahead and create a new configured port. We'll just name the port service call. And we'll use the existing loan processing service port type. We're going to be sending a message and then receiving a response. And we're all set to go. We can go ahead and bind the ports to the send and receive shapes. In this demonstration, you saw how to consume a WCF service using an orchestration by generating BizTalk artifacts using the WCF service consuming wizard. Now, again, there would likely be some message processing that would take place before and after the service call, but this demonstration just shows you how easy it is to create the required artifacts.